It's so important as a product manager that we get feedback on ourselves, our roles, and what we're doing and how we're doing. And I recently spoke to Ken Sandy, the author of The Influential Product Manager, and he gave some great tips on how we can do that. I hope you enjoy it. I got into this, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, where I was working with some really great sales guys. And every single time they'd have a meeting, they would send a form and go, okay, what do you think we said? I mean, they wouldn't use those words, but it'd be something like this, hey, it's basically a comprehension test. So a few years ago, I was working with this great sales team, and they're absolutely phenomenal. And one of the things I picked up from them is when they would have a session, firstly, what they did was they got everybody in the room to leave their phones in a box. They couldn't be in a presentation by a product manager and not give their phones up. Now, I guess in sales teams, you can kind of push that through. Maybe product teams are like, huh? Anyway, but they were really great at that. And then what this guy taught me was, okay, Ross, you presented the Q3 roadmap, for example. I can't remember what it was, but you presented the Q3 roadmap. Now we're going to send a form to everybody who's in their presentation and basically ask them things like, hey, in the Q3 roadmap, what are you most looking forward to? What are you least looking forward to? Are there any other suggestions? Really what that was, as I just mentioned, it's a really kind of sneaky comprehension test. And the amazing thing for me was what I thought I said, what I thought they understood of what I said, and what they came back and said. And there's always that delta, there's that mismatch of it. But oh my God, I grew so much as a product manager because I realized I was talking about all these things that I thought were so awesome and exciting, and it just wasn't landing. So I could then improve, practice,
Absolutely.
change. Boom. Does that gel with what you're saying?
Oh, absolutely. I think actually more than anything, I think one of the game changers for product managers is to actually realize what you said, which is if I can treat my product career as a product, and what does that mean for your mindset around that? That's a powerful paradigm shift that can really set you up on a very, very different path. What it meant for me was actually failure might happen. Failure can happen. In fact, learning is what's really important. It meant that I had to be much more iterative in like the things I was thinking about doing. I wanted to try new things or see if I could develop skills. I had to prioritize what am I going to like focus on next in terms of as my development. And it absolutely meant that I had to be open and embrace feedback. And that's a hard journey because we generally shy away from being told negative things, and we don't like hearing. And it's not all feedback has to be negative. I think that's actually one of the problems is that we tend to always just focus on the negative. But when you do get that feedback, it can be transformative. But the problem, frankly, is that we do it too infrequently, and we wait until small little things become big problems. Or in your case, we miss the opportunity of just doing that real-time check-in. Right now, how am I doing on this? And now I can make little tweaks instead of like, I got these major character flaws I need to address. Like, that's what happens when you have a 6 months in between performance reviews before you learn anything. It's ridiculous. No, seek the feedback incrementally in small little pieces, and you'll see like the whole kind of fear of getting that feedback goes away because, hey, all I'm doing is seeing just how well that meeting went. But over like 7 or 8 meetings, I'm learning something about my communication style, and I'm able to adapt a little bit each time. That's just a great example of that mindset at work of, hey, I'm a product and I need to, iterate. I have customers. I have to like continuously improve. I have to, and another a piece of advice to really extend that out is I, as a product manager, need to think about what my value proposition is for my organization or for my potential employer. And even one step further, my differentiation. What do you uniquely get from me by employing me or putting me on that interesting project? Really thinking in those sorts of terms is very, very powerful.